This is Bobby with Renaissance Game Supply, so I want to give you all a quick update. I've been letting this run for, oh, I don't know, maybe 15-20 minutes. And this is what we're looking at here. I've got it on the review images just so I can make sure that I see what the camera's seeing. Now, I'm not entirely sure that this is calibrated correctly, but at least it's calibrated enough that it's working. So I ended up doing a soldering job right there. It kind of looks like crap. I'll fix it a little bit later, but I'll actually probably replace that stopper. But right now, I've got it to where it's calibrated and it's working. I mean, there you go. And I put my little LED light blocker there so it's not blowing out that corner of the card, because with LED, I mean, it's bright, so it's even knocking down the camera light settings. It still wasn't enough to kind of dim it. See like how dark that is right now? Like it can see it. So I still gotta kind of tweak the crop a little bit. But for right now, I am happy. I can still hear, sorry, this is funny. I can still hear the card getting smacked on those little towers every now and then. And that's the other thing too, is these were starting to separate a little bit. So I just took some black tape, and you can see the ones that were really bad, I just kind of black taped and held them together for now until I can get this sorting tray swapped out. I think there's a slightly better design out there right now, so I'm gonna look at that to kind of replace those little tower things. But anyway, this is kind of cool to watch that it's now actually working. And I'm not quite sure. There's no option to kind of see how many have already been counted and whatnot. Logging maybe might have it, but probably not. I know that when it's all done, it will email me. So that is working. So that's kind of cool. It's a CSV file, and it does keep an accurate count of how many cards it's gone through. And now that I'm talking about it, it's paused. And unfortunately, this might be the end of this run, successful run. But I got probably a good 20, almost 30 minutes worth of use out of it already tonight. And the other thing too, I disconnected the Ethernet cable here, and then I took the panel off here on the front here and pulled it down and saw where it was connected in here, and I disconnected that side as well, and then I kind of rebooted the whole machine, or booted it back up I should say, because I didn't do it while it was hot. And that's kind of when it started to really start working again. So for some reason, there it is. See, boom, there it is. That means it locked up and it was done when I got that email. So I got a nice little CSV file, and this does appear to be sorted alphabetically. Oh man, my little guard. I'll have to adjust that guard a little bit more. But that's not what caused the problem, but that was just temporary. In fact, I might take that off and see if we can improve the image, or if this thing really does have like some actual camera issues. But I kind of want to dig down in here a little bit just to kind of make sure that it's not got duplicate letter piles. And if this thing really did do a good job of sorting out by letter, and so far it looks like it. I don't see any duplicate letters here. Oh, nope, I thought I saw it. That's a U, not an I. So now that I've got this sorted somewhat alphabetically here, I'm gonna take it out, I'm gonna put it in a box, and I'm gonna put little dividers between it, because now I have a list of this. I could add this to the store right now it's pulled the price, and I mean, there's no sense in undoing the work that this thing has done. It's just unfortunate that I didn't get as much done as I wanted. As you can see, here's my card piles. This is the feeder row. It actually got to the end of that one. It did not with the rest of this. And that was the other thing too. After reading and reading and reading into this as much as I possibly could, it does not like tokens, so I removed all the tokens. It does not like art cards, so I removed all those as well. And then I just kind of went with just every basic card I could think of from Lost Caverns of Ixalan. But yeah, so far I'm impressed with the machine. I like it. It's doing what it's supposed to be doing. I just think there's a few little technicalities that I'm not very experienced with, but I'm figuring it out, and I'm getting there. I feel like I'm getting there. I mean, this has definitely worked longer at this moment than I have seen it working. But it just feels like it just locks up or something. So I don't know if maybe there's just an issue with the firmware. Like right here, touchscreen and robot. I mean, the robot is version 5.3. So I don't know if there's just an issue with a bug with that particular firmware or not. I'm not really sure. But what I'm going to do is unplug the machine from power. And what I mean by that is right up in here, you're going to see a red LED. Once that Raspberry Pi LED goes out completely, I wait about probably 30 seconds for all that to just kind of clear all its electrical, I don't know what I'm trying to explain, the electrical current that could potentially still be in all that. I'm gonna let that clear out. I'll plug it back in. I'm gonna let it do its calibration, boot this robot back up, and I'll come back to the send command screen, and I'll just make sure it's connected to Wi-Fi. Oops, sorry. And pull up the proper set again, which is Lost Caverns of Ixalan. I'm gonna pull all these cards out of the pockets over here, and I'm just gonna see if it'll continue going. At this point, I just would like it to just finish a set or finish its job, and I don't know what is causing it to lock up. However, we do have a logging screen, so I can kind of look to see if there was an error at the end. Camera not found. Oh, I'm sorry. Could not capture a valid image. Please contact support. And it did seem to hover like right over here when it kind of stopped, and then it backtracked all the way over there. So I wonder if it didn't like that image and it didn't know what to do with it. So I really don't know what to do with it other than maybe not use those, but it does say to use it. So we're gonna try another trick to clear that image. The camera could not capture a valid image. To clear that, before I got this to go this far, I actually had to disconnect the Ethernet from the Raspberry Pi. I believe that was connected to Raspberry Pi. Yeah, it was, because it was just above the power plug-in. So, like I said, I'm gonna reboot this, shut it down, reboot it, and see if I can get this thing to come back up. Thanks for watching.